Hello and welcome folks to another Modern stream. Today is Brew's Day Tuesday, so I didn't need too much of an excuse to work on my favorite brew of all time. Green White Reclaimer. This card is sweet. This deck is sweet. Deck is actually quite good. Let's go. So I was testing Veil of Summer last week. I wasn't impressed by it at all. So we're going back to Boil and stuff. Sweet. Let's keep this hand. This deck is so fun to play. Yes, it is. You're gonna have to bless me with the dino. God damn it, John. I got God. We're definitely keeping this this hand. It has a nice curve, and like turn 1 Reclaimer always. Basically, you're always keeping a turn 1 Reclaimer hand. Brain Chalice somehow tier 1 deck now. I don't know if it's tier 1, but it's like it's a playable deck that can do well in the format. Opponent move to 4. Okay, so it's just one of the combo decks. So just gonna Reclaimer on 1, and then as long as we don't naturally draw the bog, my opponent shouldn't be able to combo me out unless they combo me out on this very turn. And they don't. So let's play Blast Zone here. I think I'm planning on sacking the Blast Zone itself. It's not gonna do anything. And I'm just basically never going to not hold up Reclaimer from now on. We're just gonna write that to victory. Like I'm just going to continue developing my mana with Flagstones, and whenever my opponent makes a move for the combo, we're just going to combo them out. And if they don't, we still have a lot of time, so it's fine. Now the Titan Cabal can run freely without the Dynapolis in them. We were in your reign of terror for way too long, John. Way too long. Okay. So play a land first, play my Dryad. We're gonna Vesuva this. And we don't have lethal just yet. That's actually not true. We do have lethal. Never mind. Forest. Valakut. Do that. Is there anything that they can do at instant speed that will actually stop me from killing them right here? Man. Should I do this on upkeep? I'm just gonna do it on end step, or like do it in response to whenever they make a move. Like there's just no reason to expose myself to, I don't know, to just like somehow my opponent cycles, they discard something and they mill a Crippling Shield, they gain 3 and they're able to combo me off. Like there's literally no reason for me to make a move, so I'm just not going to. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly. We just react to whatever they would be doing. So in this matchup, I like the Oof because they work a lot with artifact mana and stuff. So this slows them down a little bit. And then Eidolon, obviously, because it prevents them from having access to Vengevines. Past that, Tracker's pretty bad. Purges don't really do anything. Apparition is fine to interact with. Their artifacts and stuff. Like, it's not great, but I think I'm just gonna shave a Titan. No, I don't think we want to cut a land because basically hitting land drop, our land drop is just way too important. Like, I'd rather cut one of my top end cards because they just don't matter. Like, I want to have access to a Titan on turn 4 plus, right? It's not like my opponent is gonna be Thoughtseize in my Titans, and if they are, like, that's perfectly fine. That's ¿Cómo te vendes a Salcedo? ¿Quién te engañó? ¿Por qué venderme? This hand is very, very bad. So let's ship this. This hand is perfect. So we're gonna probably make the same move that we did earlier. So I think I'm just going to bin the Steve. ¿Han publicado una guía tuya a mí? Sí, sí, sí. Me contrataron para escribir la guía esa. Y la publicaron hoy. Probably gonna be dead on turn 2. I think we're gonna be dead on turn 2, folks. Am I supposed to hold up this path to exile? There's no way, right? We just play our Reclaimer here. I just play our Reclaimer and force my opponent to have something. I mean, they can just go land, kill you. Which is not great for us. Okay, this is fine. This we can work with. What are the land drop points for? That's a good question. So there are several options with channel points, which are they are just channel points, and once you accrue a bunch of them, you can use them for different kind of cute things that you can do, I guess. Talisman of Resistance. What is a drum solo reward? Probably not gonna be. So the problem now is I can get belched. That kind of sucks. So we're probably gonna be doing that next turn. No Dryad. I am trying to make sure that I don't randomly die, right? So now Planeswalker is a nostalgia move? Yeah, kind of, right? Long time viewer, first time caller. Did you get a chance to do that Twitch refund yet? No, I didn't. Apparently you just got scammed, my friend. I think we just let this go, right? And we hold up Path to Exile. It means that we don't ramp this turn, but we still get to ramp next turn. And this way, at least, we get a little bit of interaction. We already have a Reclaimer working next turn. There's the Spy. But if they have one Narcomoeba in their deck, we actually get to path the other one. In their hand, I mean. We would get to... No, they have both Moebas there. Yeah, we just die here. So one of their cards in hand is a Chill. I guess that we were dead anyway because they have 3 artifacts. So yeah, let's just pack it in. Is the old spells deck oppressive? I think that it's being kept in check somehow. I honestly don't know why. Like, the deck looks broken to me. These cards are so bad. I'm just gonna play Generous Gift over one of those. Yeah, I won game 1 because they mulled to 4. LolHashi94, LolHash. My friend just came online. How are you feeling currently on Vial versus no Vial? I think that you cannot play Vial anymore in the current metagame. I think that the card Path to Exile is just too important. And I feel like they kind of replace each other in a way. So unfortunately, I don't think that we... Like, until the meta shifts considerably, I don't think that we can really play Vial anymore. Would Grafdigger's Cage be good? Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage is the card. Yeah, thank you for the sub. Like it's talking about if they draw the wrong cards, they can't win. Yeah, that's basically what it's about. Friend, I saw a Salsay article just for dummies. In the Stronghold, we know all the tricks. Anyway, good job. Gracias, Sergio. Yeah, it's like they wanted me to write like a beginner's guide to AmuLIT, like sort of how I made the videos for the demystifying videos. Kind of like they wanted me to do something like this, but in text form, so that's what I did. So I'm gonna get this, sack this, get a Flagstones. So here we have a couple of options. Like we can play Spring Bloom and we would be setting up a prime time for next turn. The problem is that we can actually just die. If they have Fatal Push, we die regardless, so just gonna get that out of the way. Just pass the turn. Tip 3 profit. Yeah, exactly, for Mania, you got it. What's this? A Belcher. Okay, so we need to find a Generous Gift. We need to find one of our... If we find Dryad, we can set up Lethal. Yeah, right? We sack Flagstones, get a trigger. If we don't take exactly Dryad, we can set up Lethal if I play Valakut here, right? Because then we play land, land. I think that's correct, right? We just play land, land, get 2 triggers, cycle, get 2 triggers, attack for 3. So I guess that's correct for me to get Valakut here. Because I can actually just kill my opponent if I untap. What are the reasons to get Flagstones instead? If I get Flagstones, I can play Dryad. If I draw the Damris Call, I can call for Knight of Autumn. Yeah, so I guess that's the difference. So if I draw call and I get a Valakut here, I cannot call for Knight of Autumn and cast it. We can call for Oof, but calling for Oof, like if they have Fatal Push, they just push the Oof and we die, right? Because they just activate Belcher. So I don't think Oof is what I want to be doing. Yeah, so that's the difference. So that's the difference, like... Yeah, I guess that... No, yeah, you're right. Like, Call... If we get Valakut, Call for Dryad, it's actually just lethal anyway, right? Call for... Yeah, so I guess that we are... It's correct for us to get Valakut here. So Call wins and Dryad wins. Because we can just attack. We don't need to activate Reclaimer to set up lethal. Bad stuff. We could have also gotten Castle to cast Titan, but that just doesn't matter, right? Because they untap and they kill us, so we just die, right? There's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we can do. We just die. Not whitelisted enough, no. This is my main problem with this deck, is that, and why I think it might be a little bit ban-worthy. Like, it just gives you very, very limited amount of time to find an answer. And like, if their cards just line up in... Like, we had everything covered for their combo plan, but they just belched me out of the game. So, like, I'm forced into bringing cards like Operation Night of Autumn, and then, like, if I don't draw them, we just die anyway. So... Yeah, we had very many outs, but yeah, we had exactly that turn. So that is the main problem with that deck, and why I think that it's a little bit problematic. Also, the fact that it can kill you on turn 1 or 2, right? So that also is nothing to scoff at, but... I honestly think that deck is extremely underplayed. I do believe that it's pretty broken. And people are just being lazy, and they are not they're not exploring it enough. They're not trying to make it work. We have Splinter Twin, so we keep. So I'm gonna keep here. I'm gonna bottom the Bog because we have Reclaimer. And definitely correct for us to play the fetch on turn 1, because now we can make Reclaimer. If we untap, we can make Reclaimer 3/4 if in case we need to play around Lightning Bolt. Splinter Twin, let's go. Generous Gift too. Yeah, that's why I brought in the Generous Gift. Target player sacrifices a creature. So with the... I think I'm just gonna get Castle here, because I already have a Titan in hand, so it just speeds up my Titan. Angrad's Rampage in the main deck. Calny Garden moment. I know, right? Just pass the turn. Maybe I haven't tried the deck, but playing Sahili is the closest I get to a combo deck. Yeah, that's really, really good sequence from OP. The perfect sequence, one might say. They're playing Jund. I'm just gonna pass the turn. Like, I could Apparition the Glyph, but that gives them a 2/2. I'd rather save the Apparition for something else, and we can call for another Titan, so that seems a lot better to me. Just playing good old Jund, though. What? That's one that I have not seen in years? It might have been years since the last time I saw this card. The good Liliana, sure. That's a way to call it. I'm gonna name Giant. I'm just gonna get double field here. I don't think my opponent can win if I just get double field. Makes sense right now. DNT is everywhere and it's good versus DNT. Sure. Bad Renan 6. Yeah, that's a good point. Wait, what? I guess they... What would they try to bolt? -2. Mill 2 cards. Go. Okay, so my opponent's playing Questionable Jund. We want Purges against Questionable Jund. We want Tracker against Questionable Jund. And that's about it. Wanna cut this, wanna cut the Arcan. Knight of Autumn is bad. Gracer is bad. All my other cards are excellent. I guess let's do 3 Purge. No, actually let's make 4 Purge, 2 Path. Purge just answers Ashiok, Ren, etc. Was Metamorph? Are you trying the Metamorph deck? That's so sick. Man, this hand is hella awkward, but I think I'll keep it. Gift for walkers? Nah, all the walkers get answered. Like, we're playing 4 purges, right? It's like all of their walkers get answered by purges, so it's not a big deal. So we're gonna get Reclaimer Thoughtseized here probably. Dismember would be just better in that spot. Keep trying it. Nice. Let's go with Flagstones first. Grant with the raid. Welcome everybody from Grant's stream. How was your stream, dude? What are you playing these days? You playing still drafting? Are you playing some constructed? What are you up to? So I think I'm gonna have to eat one of these Goifos with Apparition. Okay, sure. Keep this. Get Scattered Groves. Boom. Gash is a draft master. I'm sure he'll break Modern in his spare time again. Oh yeah. I still remember when Grant broke Modern. There was one regionals. I was watching Grant's stream back in the day when he was completely destroying it with John Shadow, right before everybody was even aware that the deck existed. And I was watching his stream and I stole his list and I played a regionals event in my area, and I was literally the only person who had registered the card Death Shadow in that event, and I just felt like I was cheating. I missed top 8 on breakers. Like, the amount of people in that event was kind of ridiculous, and I lost top 8 on breakers, which was brutal, but So we're gonna take 4, 8, 10. Opponent is down to one single card. I guess I can Ramen up this turn, get value. This means that they can't attack with Illusion, so we save a little bit of life. And next turn we can still call and kill a Goyf. Call for Dryad and kill a Goyf. Where was I 9th? No, it was like a 200 plus people event. So I missed breakers. I missed top 8 on breakers, but I got like still like 17th or something, or like 18th. Admits on air to net decking. I was a filthy net decker at some point. What is this? Liliana Last Hope. That's kind of fine. So they need to top deck an answer to Dryad here. So call for Dryad, play Fountain, gain a couple of life, play Dryad, play my fetch. OCS always healed. Fetch for let's get a forest. Kill that Goyf. I'm a reverse net decker now. Exactly. What just happened there? Oh, they got the Brossenmeyer back. Okay. All right, not something too good, opponent. You can have something moderately good, but you can't have something too good here. Gonna get back in Goyf. So we're gonna stabilize at 1. No, they already activated Ren because they needed to allow push. They needed the revolt from Fatal Push. They didn't miss lethal. So I have, we definitely have to get field. And the other thing that we could get is either, I think I just want to get Sanctuary and just replay this as my land for turn. Sounds good to me. We died to Bolt. And you see, hopefully Yama is watching the stream right now. And Yama can see how I didn't side out my Radiant Fountain against John and I won because of it. Oh, hello. That's a card. They could have attacked first though, right? Wouldn't that have been... No, I was going to block. Also, if they attacked, this is what made... I was a 6 and the enchantment is what made it go for 5/6. So... Yeah, so it would still have not been lethal. Wow. Kicked Scourge. That works with the Ren ping. I was not expecting that. That's a combo. Round it up. I've never seen a kick Scourge before. Me neither. First time I've ever seen it in action. They seem to be very creature heavy. which makes me want to play more paths and stuff. This is fine. Is Springblue the cut here? Seems like the worst single card in the deck. No, it's not. In fact, Springblue is actually one of the few ways that you can get a hit on mana in a very easy fashion, basically. I guess I probably have to keep this hand. Gonna bottom the Blast Zone. Is this deck worth learning? Been looking to branch out in Modern, and this deck looked interesting. I mean, it's... I don't know what you mean when you say worth learning. Like, I think it's great. And I've been doing a lot of winning with it, so... That's all I can really say. But, like, worth learning is a pretty broad... It's a pretty broad way of saying it. I assume they mean tier 1 or 2. Yeah, like, it's whatever's worth for you. When is Titan Talk coming out? Well, we had some problem with some scheduling issues, so we were supposed to record today, but Jose had some work commitments, so we didn't get to record. But so probably would be a great draw to top deck some kind of green source. Man, never lucky, huh? Never ever lucky. Quick question, could this deck run 2 times Excavator? This deck can run whatever you want. Like literally whatever you want. As long as it's green and white and you can cast it, you can run it. You want to play Obstinate Baloth, you want to play Thruktusk, you want to play Kuaganoth, you want to play Gargaroth, like whatever you want, you can run it. As long as you have a reason to be running it, right? Like I would only run a second copy of Excavator if like my metagame were like infested with, I don't know, like Tron, like stuff like that, you know? So what I don't recommend is just like running the card because you can, you know? We get to double spell here, which is pretty great. What about the card? I'm a little bigger. 6 seems good. Yeah, probably that doesn't work too well. If they have Angrath, I was gonna say if they have Angrath Rampage, I think I'm sacrificing the Dryad instead of the Reclaimer there. Don't have the Bolt. Sweet. All right, so I think that we're gonna win this game now. It's funny, right? My opponent should have... sure, Thoughtseize. But like, I don't need this Titan to win. This Reclaimer is just winning by itself. Isn't that insane? I don't need the Titan. Like, my opponent should have decayed the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer was the most important card on this board state. Yes, killing the Dryad allows them to attack. So I guess that's why they did it. But killing a... Like, this is how I'm winning this game. It's not with the Dryad. Voice of Resurgence. Yeah, that's a card that hasn't really been working out. Angrath's Rampage. Again with this fucking card. Okay. Actually, maybe I should have gone a Sacred Foundry there. Just gonna get a field. So any land gives me 2 zombies. Do you think Corsair is any good right now? It could be. Corsair could be good. Just get Raminap. We could go for Titan. The problem is if we go for Titan and they have another Thoughtseize, like we fall super far behind. The problem if we go get Raminap, if my opponent can just bolt it and we only get 1 zombie out of the deal. I think I'm gonna go for the Titan. I'm gonna go for the line that actually allows me to win the game. Isn't there a Flaxen in the grave? Yes, there is. Pillage my land. That sucks. Guess that's another way that I get punished. Also, I should have put a counter on the blast zone there. That was a mistake. We can also get Tracker. We can get Apparition. The problem is I just think that they have ways to kill my stuff. And I don't like that. I think I'm gonna go for Titan. I think I'm gonna go for the highest EV play, basically. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fetch for basic planes here. And I'm just gonna uptake this blast zone. Just in case I need to blow up this Goyf. Easy. Field and I guess Radiant Fountain? Sure. I guess they could have something like Bold Push into Liliana or something silly like that, but Trophy could also be a way to answer the Titan. I didn't slammer out the Fountain Mention. Nope, I did not. For those of you that were wondering, like Yama did really well with this deck in the challenge this past weekend, but he ended up losing against Jabberwocky in the playing for the 6-0. And he had everything set up and ready to go, but somebody in chat suggested that he should side out a Radiant Fountain against Jund, and then ended up losing game 3 exactly to Jabberwocky being able to set up Xaxis, which he would have been really easily able to play around if he had just been able to fetch for a fountain. It was kind of hilarious, honestly. And I laughed. I did laugh. I think we just blow up the blast zone here, right? make infinity tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we actually don't. We just hardcast a second Titan. We get punished by exactly surgical extraction. Can wait till blocks. Yeah, let's actually just blow this up. Gives my opponent less info. Back on Reclaimer, yes baby, hell yeah. Ah, they did have the Thoughtseize, but I still need to answer my board. Scourge of the Skyclave, sounds good, opponent. My opponent didn't let me attack and make even more zombies. Feels bad, man. Try to explain to Jim, Davis, and House that you can snoop combo through a soul sister. Jim ignored me. House said I was wrong. Chat is sometimes right. It's very rare, but yeah, I guess that. Oh man. Oh man. Significantly better. Shibisuba. Just moving into Splinter Twin very easily. House is usually wrong, so that tracks. Bow plus Scourge is pretty hot. Yeah, I know they combo, right? I'll be honest, I saw John with Scourges last night and really wanted to try it, so thank you for showing me I have no need to do so. Oh yeah. Just trying to do the community. Trying to help out the community so they don't make that mistake. Say hello to the new kid on the block, Fran. That's the real Splinter Twin now. Oh yeah, no, this is the real Splinter Twin now. No, it's not this a healer deck. My opponent could be playing a broken deck and instead they're playing a deck that's not broken. Get the Groves. Just gonna get another Flagstones here. Big Pog. Tahili is definitely not broken. Nah, I know that it's not broken. I'm just being silly. So if they tap out, we win. So that's cool. Kinnan. We can kill that guy if we want. We probably won't. Okay, what you want? What you got, opponent? Mox Amber. Seems like the best time to be doing this. Get Temple Garden. Get Valakute. Kill this guy, so now the Mox Amber cannot tap for mana. Your go. Actually, a little bit of a sequencing mistake there from opponent. If they had started the turn by playing the Mox Amber, they would have been able to have one more mana. This is a cute interaction, of course, right? Udo allows you to tap the Mox Amber while the sack trigger is on the stack. Ren. So opponent's dead. Valakut Sanctuary. Pew! Oh, yes. Okay, so we're playing against Udo, Ren. They also play Karn the Great Creator. That deck is a little bit all over the place, but it kind of works. No, we don't want that. The big question is, do I want Boil or not? I guess it's actually not bad either. Pew doesn't really capture the impact of Valakut triggers. Yeah, this deck doesn't play Ursa. Getting Metal 05, thank you for the follow. How do we feel about Boil? I really like Apparition, being able to exile Omnath, all of those nonsense cards seems pretty good. Actually, I think I'm going to cut Ghost Quarter over Fountain. Maybe a couple of Purges could be okay. So these are the cards that I'm interested in to an extent. Probably Ramming Up can go. Maybe Teague is just bad. Oof, that sounds good. Stops all their artifact mana. Teague stops only Karn, I think. Let's do something like this. Beat up your own so others would fear. Is that like the most Russian thing to ever say? That is the most Russian thing I have ever heard in my life. That's awesome. Has Boil been hard to cast? Nah. Because usually by the time that you want to cast it, you already have like something like 6 or 10 lands in play, so skip this. Kind of not great, but Goose. Did you ever have to cast Boil with it dried out? No. Still Speed Armageddon sounds sweet. Yeah, no. It's usually very easy to time your boils, honestly. You usually cast your boil and you have it countered in order to allow for your Dryad to come into play, or you just are happy that your opponent is not countering your Dryad, you know? So like usually it's not that big of a deal. I think I want to play Oof here. It makes things awkward next turn because I'm probably going to have to wait, basically just waste a turn to call. Unless I find exactly a green source, because I'm planning on calling for a Reclaimer here. But this means that now Springleaf is, this thing doesn't make mana. What are they trying to accomplish? It's like a value deck that uses Kinnan. You can make mana different ways. It's a pretty cool deck. It's not a combo deck. It's more like a value deck, similar to like the Ursa decks. Yeah, that's not great. So I guess that now what I'm gonna be looking for is I'm just gonna call for a Dryad. I'm just gonna pack for a Dryad. Just gonna call for a Dryad now. Or Springbloom. But I have enough lands in hand that I think that calling for Dryad is just better. Is Springbloom not in the deck at the moment? Yes it is. We can probably call for Springbloom here, but I think that because we have enough lands, usually you call for Springbloom when you don't have enough lands. But here we actually do, so there's kind of no need to call for Springbloom. Oof, hopefully doing some work here. It is preventing the Kinnan from being activated, right? Which is one of my opponent's potential mana sinks. This is gonna be 3 mana, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess that they can actually just do it. So there's that guy. So our best stop deck is gonna be Valakut. I guess not even, right? They're gonna be able to make a shit ton of mana next turn though, if I find land. Collector Oof really working overtime. Gonna activate Gilded Goose so they have more mana next turn. That makes sense. But if I block here, they just have nothing, right? They have 0 cards in hand. If I block here, they don't have anything to use their mana on. So they can have all the mana they want, but nothing to do with it. So this kind of seems like a good trade for me. Because otherwise, if they find a land, they're going to get a free look with Kinnan. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this trade here. Just Dryad. They can gain 3 life with the food. Oh shit! They can gain 3 life with the food now. How am I ever gonna beat my opponent gaining 3 life with the food now? Or, God forbid, they play a Jegantha. They drew Uro. Uro is probably their best top deck here. No, they're just putting Jegantha in hand, which is perfectly fine. Their deck just has so much nonsense in it, it's hilarious. That's so much nonsense. It's... So we can kill them or we can clear their board. What is more fun? I kind of want to clear their board. Let's clear their board. Who needs to lethal anyway, right? Who needs to set up lethal when you can just clear their board? Tight plays from opponent. Created a food token. Yo, my opponent is playing with their food. Why can't I, right? It's only fair. It's only fair that if they get to play with their food, I can do the same. If they draw land, you're in trouble? No. How come? Oh, okay. You were saying, okay, yeah, okay. You were feeding the meme, which I strongly encourage. That's good. I felt that you were serious for a second. Why do I still expect serious comment? I mean, I don't know, George. I will never learn. You have this tendency to not put the kappa at the end of the comment, and usually I am trained to assume that you're being serious because there's no kappa. So there's a kappa. Use your kappas responsibly. Chat, use your kappas responsibly. I'm German. Who says then how kappas work? Sarcasm is a skill that is not particularly shared in Germany. Maybe. The sand is it's almost weird enough to work, but I'm just gonna go to 5. Much better. Okay, so we're gonna bottom this and these. Not typing in the kappa is more efficient. Can't argue with that. Lol. Problems have a reason, chat. Problems might have a reason. Give me that path to exile off the top. Path. Never lucky. Remember when I went for a war with Titan and the one loss was against Bogles? So ironic. Yeah, I know. Feels bad when that happens. They're suiting up the scout. If I were my opponent, I would definitely be suiting up the Spirit Dancer. You can't kill the scout at the moment. Yeah, I can't kill the Spirit Dancer either. This would be so much bigger. We could trade? This is interesting. You only trade with Umbra though? Yeah, but that means that the Blast Zone actually kills this thing. And it kills the boon. I think I need more mana to make that move, so I'm just gonna have to wait here. And we also can't go the Raminap route just yet either. So I'm just gonna get another Flagstones here. That was an okay draw. Yes, one might argue. One might argue that that was an okay draw. Medium, I would venture. Let's go. Oh yeah. This is your line right now. I am okay with this. I am okay with this. That's funny because the apparition is a spirit. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. We're gonna get a Radiant Fountain here. So if we get Raminap into play, we can actually blow up Blast Zone. Okay, so I guess we're getting Field of the Dead. And this turn, I'm just gonna play around losing the game randomly. So I'm just going to play my Raminap, get back my Flagstones. Yeah. Get back Flagstones. Reclaimer is gonna get in there because it's gonna get blown up regardless. But I don't want. I'm not attacking with the apparition because if my opponent might have like a couple of Path to Exiles. I guess I could still go squatter myself to get another zombie token. So maybe I should have gotten in there for with the apparition. I don't think it's gonna matter. Like if they can't attack anymore, right? Because I just blow up Blast Zone and then we just block the scout. So I think that this is just game. Wait, what happened? Oh, they put Lurrus in their hand. Yeah, we see the no attacks, which makes sense. Problem with the no attacks though is that we just don't do anything now. It's funny how we have the Titan in hand and it's just like we just don't need it because Reclaimer's just winning by himself. Second field or Radiant Fountain? Let's go with second field. Okay, another Flagstones. If you don't want to play my game, opponent, I just won't play it either. This is probably okay for us. If you don't want to play my game, I just won't play it either. Nobody plays my game, and I just win. Got an Umbra. But how do I beat the 2/2 illusion? I don't know. We'll get there when we get there, you know. Just pass that. You didn't want to fire the blast zone? What for? I am winning very, very easily. Like, my opponent just doesn't have options, right? Like, they cannot attack, and also they cannot block. And while they don't do anything, I do stuff. I developed my board. I just keep getting value from Reclaimer. Because they didn't force me to sack the Reclaimer, so I just, like, there's no reason for me to. So the creature dies. Yeah, and they get it back with Lurrus. Like, why? We're not achieving too much, right? There's not too much. It's more value to be lost by cracking the blast zone there than it is to be won. So I just don't. So they have Lurrus and they have Core, so I think I'm just gonna leave up. I'm just gonna leave all the path to exiles, even though they might rot in my hand. Generous gift sounds weird, but probably something that I'm interested in having in my deck. I think they needed to attack, force the Reclaimer, and hope the Lurrus takes over the game. Yeah, that's exactly what they needed to do. The problem, and the reason why I think that they didn't do it, is they don't have an answer to the Raminap. So when they do that, I just crack, blow everything up, and then I just replay Blast Zone as my land for turn. The problem is that if they don't do it, I still continue to get value from Reclaimer. Like, this card is still winning the game, right? I don't need the Raminap to be winning the game right there. This card is just winning the game by itself. So if you're not forcing me to crack and kill my own Reclaimer, then I'm developing my game plan so much better than they are developing theirs. And every time that I see that Elder Reclaimer is like 10 tickets or something, it makes me so happy. Is this better position than AmuLIT in your opinion? I don't know. Like, it's better against the Shadow decks, probably. Ugh, so close to Splinter Twin. We'll probably keep this, though. Actually, we bottom the planes. No, let's actually bottom one of these calls. We're not gonna need 3. So if we find a green source, I think that we're gonna be fine. If we don't, we're gonna be in trouble. Green source, easy. So now we have Splinter Twin. Even if they answer the Reclaimer, we still can get value from call. So they're probably gonna Spirit Dancer, which is honestly pretty annoying. We can do that next turn. It's an Umbra, that's annoying. Spirit Dancer grows so freaking quickly, it's insane. 2-turn clock, easy. Oh, we just call for. This is awesome. We just call for Operation. Yeah, and they have nothing. Well, I guess it's not that they have nothing. They still have something, but still, this seems like a reasonable line for us. Boop. Who you gonna call? The ghost? The Ghostbuster. I get it because he's a spirit. I know, right? So funny. They're suiting up the Boggle again. We can make Reclaimers into 3/4s. But we can't hold up Generous Gift, which is... It sucks. So I guess that we just have to hope that they don't have... That they don't have it. It's not a great plan. But we lose to the Flying Aura. We can gain 2 if we need it. I have a lot of mana though. I have a lot of mana. Yep. Why no Dryad? Because I want to activate Reclaimer. We don't have mana. We can't do anything because we don't have mana. There's no way they have Mind Sensor, right? No, okay. Why did they do nothing? Why did they do nothing? I am very confused. Here I could kill the Spirit Dancer if I wanted to, but exactly this. So okay, that's one too many. Yeah, so I was trying to not die to exactly what just happened, but so even with all of this, we could still like Generous Gift the Wisp one. and we could potentially block, but the second evasive thing just killed us. So yeah, I could have main phase just killed the core, but it would have left us in a situation where we would die to exactly what happened, but they would only need on one evasive thingy. Instead, they needed two. They had both of them, but yeah, we're shipping this. Guess we're keeping this. It's not great. Just stop like flagstones off the top. Just stop the flagstones. Easy. Alright. We're still getting flagstones here. Sucking the cavern. Spirit Dancer is so disgusting. It kind of is, yeah. Some respect right there. Love to see it. No! I misclicked. Can you comment in the Gracer? I haven't really liked them lately. You kinda have to play them, unfortunately. Like, it's not great, but... Man, can you imagine if we had the flagstones here? Into play? Yeah, that was a big punt. That was 3 reclaimer punts worth. Definitely pathing this on a step. Why did I not find flagstones? Because I misclicked. Plain and simple. Nothing too strategic about that. I just misclicked. That's the explanation. Sometimes you just misclick. Yeah, I thought that I was clicking for the path, but I was actually clicking for the reclaimer. So I kind of got myself there. Sure. So we sack here. That's good. Scattered Groves. And here let's just get Blast Zone actually. Let's get that going. And now we can Archon. So if they Lurrus, they can't play anything. Like, Archon actually seems really good in this matchup. Lured my opponent into a false sense of security. That's exactly the strategy that I was going for. Glad that I was able to pull it off. Like, this Lurrus does literally nothing. Actual nothing from this Lurrus. So like I could path it, but like why? I'd rather path a core. And in the meantime, Reclaimer continues to win the game by himself. So that's cool. Should we get second field here? I'm just gonna get another Flagstones. So that's a little bit awkward with Archon, but it's fine. It's no big deal. Yeah, we cast it now so we can keep a path, of course. Easy. Literally Stone Rain myself. Win easily 4 turns after. No big deal. Stone Rain myself for no reason whatsoever. Still win. The Trans Cleric, thank you for the follow. 5-color Reclaimer win. Jeez. I have an appreciation for Gidrak Monster. Was the loss in matchups one? Oops or spells. Silent steps. We lost to oops or spells. Aldebaran. That is the name of the Saint Seiya. Aldebaran was the. I'm gonna keep this. This hand is actually probably pretty good. Aldebaran is the Taurus. The Taurus guy. We just missed Bonsa, so Stone Raid self. Oh yeah, no. It wasn't great. Oh hello. Reclaimer? Guess I didn't scrim it fast enough. It's my bad. No explore, please. Just pass. Okay, yeah. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. What's up, Andrea? How's it going? Anime betrayal. Exactly. Bog me? Have an interview? Nice. How are those going? Lots of them there. Yeah, I would imagine, particularly right now, right? This week you had 3 final ones. Dude, best of luck there. Best of luck. Yama with the raid. Welcome everybody from Yama stream. We're playing some Reclaimer and we're living our Radiant Fountains in our deck against John. It's been working out great. We actually played against John and the same situation came up where if I hadn't had Radiant Fountain we would have lost, so it was actually hilarious. How are you doing? How you doing, Yama? How did the stream go? What am I calling for here? So we can Dryad. We could call for Dryad, and then with any land, we can Dryad plus Titan. Like, Dryad is the most important card in the matchup, right? Like, Dryad is far and away the most important card in the matchup, so... What I'm considering, though, is that I could Knight of Autumn this AmuLIT. I don't think I want a Springbloom Druid because... WoW pre-patch coming out, so getting ready to play that early. Nice. Are you going to stream some WoW, or do you not stream when you play WoW? So we have multiple options here. So we already have the Dryad, okay? So we can Dryad plus Reclaimer if we get Reclaimer. But I think that I'm gonna go towards Titan. So the question is, do I want to slow myself down to slow my opponent down? Which I think is what I'm gonna do. And I think I'm gonna use Apparition instead of Knight of Autumn, because if they kill this, it gives them a 1/1. And sweet. Okay, so we're gonna spend this turn to Apparition, which should slow my opponent down. Next turn I can Dryad plus Path. And now if they even if they remove this, then we're still fine. Yeah, 5 cards in hand. Only stream Magic, everything else gets no views. Are you streaming Wraith too? Also, isn't it kind of just free, or do you enjoy the game more when you play by yourself? You stream, yeah, of course. I know that you did it for a sponsor, but like still, I imagine it was like okay. I imagine that you do get a lot less viewers, but like do your numbers really matter? Like you're your partner already, so it's kind of whatever. I enjoy chilling. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad draw at all. Actually, I have been playing Horizon Zero Dawn in my spare time a little bit, and I've also been playing the Tony Hawk Remastered. Dude, the Tony Hawk one is so sick. That game is so awesome. Been playing Factorio too much. What's Factorio? Is it on PC? No, it's on PlayStation. It's on PS4. It's a remaster of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's great. Oh, it is on PC too? Sweet, yeah. I don't know if I would play it on PC unless I had a controller. Like it's so hard to make some of the tricks and stuff, you know? So it has one of the best soundtracks in games. Yeah, actually my wife was able to put a couple of songs in there. She works in the music business as well. And she was able to sneak a couple of songs from her the label that she works for. I just go for Titan here, right? And we're gonna get Valakut. I'm gonna hold that Path to Exile. So Valakut, Celestial Sanctuary. Boom. Boom. Let's bounce Fetch Land. So we can kill a Titan if my opponent plays it. Always yes, and always yield. Their 2/2s don't really matter. So they're gonna have to pay for Pact here. Honestly, it's possible that I should have gotten a second Dryad of the call, now that I think about it. Because if they have like explosives for 3 or something, like if they naturally have the explosives, so they're able to blow it up and kill the Dryad, we might actually be in trouble. Probably not, but it might be. Well, that's fine, because we don't really care about that. Didn't you have lethal if you path your own guy? Yeah, I guess I did. Like it's fine. I think we're gonna be in okay shape here regardless. Scale that. Let's path that. The only thing that really matters in this matchup is Dryad, so we had an answer to the Dryad. And I think that's one of the reasons why the more this goes by, like the more that I play this matchup, like in the beginning I thought that AmuLIT would be heavily favored, and the more that I play this matchup, the more that I think that maybe it's closer than I think, to the point where maybe even the green-white deck is favored. Like if you make it to turns 4 or more, I actively think that I might be the favored deck here. Which is crazy to say. Trucker can go. Bog can go. Green-white is also stronger against random creature combos. Yeah, because you have interaction and AmuLIT doesn't, right? Man, Archon, I think that I like Archon, but it's kind of medium. I think that I like it enough. I will basically never call for Archon, but if I naturally draw it, I'm probably going to be fine with that. Particularly if I do that in the early game, when like it doesn't allow them to like Azusa into Titan in the same turn. It makes their pacts kind of awkward. So I think that I'm going to leave it in. On the draw, I'm going to leave Gracer. On the play, maybe I cut it. Cutting Bog, and what else? I've noticed that has been gone lately. Is she just not good enough? No, I think she's actually very good, but she doesn't work as well with this shell. She works better in Titan Vial, because Vial just smooths out your draws in a way, and Thalia fits really well with those Titan Vial draws. But with this deck, not so much. How does it interact with AmuLIT? It makes it so any land will come into play tapped. Even something like a Gemstone Mine or something like that will come into play tapped, so we will untap. So no, it doesn't work the way you want it with AmuLIT. It actually improves AmuLIT specifically. The card AmuLIT, that is. I'm not sure what to cut here. I might just be cutting Gracer anyway. I feel like I've been cutting Gracer a lot. No, ramming up is sick in the matchup. It allows you to, like, once you destroy their 2 Valakuts, then your... Oof, Splinter Twin, let's go. Once you destroy their 2 Valakuts, like, they just have no ways. Like, that's it. They actually... Like, AmuLIT does not play ramming up anymore, so... Please no Dryad. Wait, what? Why would they shock? They literally have an AmuLIT in play. Opponent. Why would they shock? Second Explorer? Oh. That's scary. Like, I understand shocking. So the way that you would shock is if you have like a Dryad in play, and then I was holding up interaction to interact with the Dryad, right? That's their reason to be shocking. But like, that's... I was tapped out, so there was literally no reason to shock. Initiate finger crossing process. I got him. I got him with the finger crossing. They never saw it coming. Outplayed them. Outplayed my opponent handsomely by crossing my fingers. Never saw that play. That's a big boy. Yeah, I know. 3/6, unkillable basically. I think I'm just gonna get flagstones here. Another path. This is hella awkward actually. If we main phase activate, we get to play Sanctuary. And then we would have an untapped land for next turn. It's so awkward though. The problem with playing Archon is I'm still gonna be a little bit behind next turn. Right? The only way that I can set up a Titan next turn is... The only way that I can set up a Titan is if I go for sack flagstones to get castle. Boy, I would love to see like if I had like a mind sensor or something. I think it would be in fine shape. This also means that I don't have an untapped land next turn, man. Yeah, I think we just have to do this main phase, which is super awkward. This kind of sucks. I like to hold up Path to Exile. And the only way that I can do that is if I do this right now. No cool animations and shoutouts for Prime subs. There should be. Brady Ballard, did you just sub and dashboard? And this just didn't go through? That's super weird. Is there a way that I can trigger it? But no, I mean, we actually do have the shout out, and yeah, thank you so much for your subscription. That's really weird actually. I never had problems with this before. Super weird. But yeah, I do have like a little meme thing that shows up. Man, I kind of want to show it now. This is fine, but I think I still path. No, I guess I don't path it right now. I want my opponent to make the play and play the second land. They don't, and I punt it. This is fine though. But yeah, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. And yeah, thank you for your support. Much appreciated. Does my opponent have counter magic here? Oh, you know what might happen, Brady? It might be that something's wrong with Streamlabs. Silly stuff like this happens every now and then, where like Streamlabs kind of just derps basically, and it can be a problem. So thankfully my opponent is kind of whiffing a little bit. I really wish I had path this Triad last turn. again, another misclick that got me. So I'm gonna wait until they float their mana, see what they do. They don't float their mana, so that probably means that they don't have anything. They don't have a Titan. And now we can have 6. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I always shout out my subs, people that support me, obviously. Always very appreciative of folks that, you know, are checking out the stream, that they're enjoying it, and they're enjoying it enough that they would sub. So, all right, 4-1. We beat AmuLIT. I've been beating AmuLIT pretty consistently with this deck, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, it was mostly, of course, just the AmuLIT deck kind of whiffing more than us winning. But sure. Thalia can be better than Archon? No, it can't. It's basically the same effect, except this one attacks on the air, and this is also an Eidolon effect. Like, this is mostly here for the Eidolon effect, and the ETB tap thing is kind of an afterthought, right? But the big reason for the Archon being here is because of the Eidolon effect. It's against the combo decks in the format. Have ended up having many matches against the Omnath piles. Not with this deck. Not with this deck. Somehow we've been dodging Omnath. It's not a good matchup, I don't think. It's not a good matchup unless you draw and you get to resolve your boils. When you draw and get to resolve your boils, the matchup is a lot easier, as you can probably expect. But besides that, it's not very good. I'm gonna be digging on Black AmuLIT sometime now. Probably on Thursday. I did stream some Black AmuLIT already in the past, last week I think, or maybe the week before. So if you go to my YouTube, you can find the bots there. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna be taking a short break, and then we're gonna be firing up another league with this list. It felt super smooth, and I think this is my 7th league, and I 4-1 every single one of them. Is that true? This might be my 5th league actually. But I know I 4-1 every single league. Have you tried splashing another color besides any? There's no reason for it, and one thing that's very important about splashing is that this deck actively does not want to splash. This list actually does not want to splash. The reason why you're splashing for Boil is because it's virtually free. And I tried the versions with Red and 6, for example, and it was just unplayable. It made the deck actively bad because your mana was just a mess, and you ended up with a super clunky deck. So even though Ren would feel like it might make sense in this shell, it was just really bad. I also tried shells with red for here, see the Cleansing Wildfires and the Ren and 6s. This was just worse. It was just worse. It wasn't worth diving into this. It was fun though. It's always fun. I enjoy like trying new things because sometimes, sometimes you just get a little, I don't know, I just get excited about the new play patterns basically. Like having access to Wildfire and Ren just allows you for some new play patterns that you can start having, so it makes things a little bit more fun. But the reason is that you only want to splash a card like Boil because it's not really a splash, right? Like it's a card that you can just kind of cast without really working for it, if that's a way. Like you just develop your game plan and you can just naturally end up in a situation where you're able to cast a Boil. Like you don't need to work for it basically. And it's a card that you basically never want to cast before like turns 5 and 6, and when you do, it's extremely impactful. So Boil is like the only card that I would splash. I don't like having to buy 3 Rens. Fair, that's fair. What's gas spicy for? Exactly mill. Yeah, exactly mill, but it has some side effects against decks like Dredge, for example, or against like Belcher, where you can stop their 3-mana Doomsday kill because you can shuffle their deck. Boil is late enough that you don't have to worry about your element. Yeah, exactly. So you just by developing your game plan, all the cost that Boiler asks you of is 1 Sacred Foundry, but this 1 Sacred Foundry plus the Valakuts is not enough to make Ren okay. So it's very different, right? Like, it's just very different. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you check out the next one. We're gonna play another league with this very list. So I will see you there, YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you there.